everyone, Lisa here from Denver Pilates Girl. Today we're talking about how to make your Pilates practice better. How do you improve so you can go on to the next exercise? Maybe you want to achieve the ideal form. I got some great tips for you. Let's start with quality of movement versus quantity of movement. I like to think of this as like a Pilates workout versus a gym workout. So your Pilates workout is all about the quality of how you move, how you connect to your body, not throwing your body around. Like when you go to the gym, you're focused on repetitions. How many reps can you get in? How many sets can you get in? Maybe you're training split days. You're working lower body one day and upper body and chest the next day. While in Pilates, we are a full body workout, especially in the classical world. So our workout is also low impact. We don't have any spot training. Just like with any workout, you can't reduce the size of your middle and just focus on just that. Or maybe I want to get rid of the jiggle in my arms. I'm just going to do arm exercises. Pilates is designed to be a system of movements to give you that full body workout, to get all of those small muscles, the supporting muscles, and work the larger muscles like your legs. We don't work our muscle to failure. So in typical gym programs, you want to work that muscle to failure so that way you achieve your optimum results. In Pilates, we don't do that. If we did that for the whole hour, you would be tired. Believe me, you would be. And then our second one is posture, making sure you're sitting up tall, paying attention. You're not just slouching in your chair or sitting on your box or the reformer or the ladder barrel over here. You're actually focused on creating that lift in your spine so you can increase the space in your vertebra. It's not just working out to the sync of the music, you're just tuning everything out. No, in Pilates, you have to be connected to your mind and your body. You have to be in sync with your body so your body performs the way that you need it to work. It's all about controlling your body from one position to the next. So Joseph Pilates once said, the transitions are part of the exercise. So for instance, when we're doing the roll-up on the mat, you're rolling up, you're rolling back down, and then that goes into overhead. So you roll your legs up and over your head. So we don't stop. It's a continuous movement of exercises to keep your heart rate up, to keep you motivated in going through the process. Our breath work is our third tip right over here. So when you focus on your breath work, you breathe in through your nose, and you breathe out through your nose. Now, we don't want to focus on the belly breath because that doesn't allow your ribs to basically, as you inhale, they expand sideways, and then as you exhale, they come back in. So think of it like an accordion. You have to open all the way up the squeeze box to get all of that last note out, and then you have to exhale and bring it all back together. So if you're using your belly, you're not activating the muscles in your ribs, and that is going to hinder your practice. Plus, if you don't breathe, you're just going to get tired and you're going to die out. Things aren't going to happen. So think about controlling your mind and linking it up with your movements, and I think you're going to have a little bit more results. I find some of my students, it takes them a little bit longer to get the concept of the breath work, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody is built differently, their minds are different, we're stressed out these days, and it just takes a little bit longer to get adjusted to a different form of movement than what you're used to. Yes, I'm Italian, I talk with my hands, so hopefully that doesn't bother you. And our next one is going to be SMART goals. This is a term hopefully you guys have learned. So our SMART goal, what is it? It is sustainable, measurable, and a goal that is attainable. It is reasoned, and it has time sensitivity. So if you, like for instance, can't do a full roll-up, Start with the seated rollback. There's nothing wrong with that to build up that core strength until you can do the straight leg version of the roll up. Think about not comparing yourself to other people's. Your friend, maybe your friend goes to class with you and she's a different body type. There's nothing wrong with that. You guys are built completely different. Some people have longer arms, longer limbs, or legs even. You just have to worry about thinking about the exercise to make it work for your body. And if you work with a teacher, hey, that's great because they can give you all of the modifications. I tend to give some of my students the seated rollback for homework to go on workout at home. That way they get the exercise, and when they come in for their next lesson, they're able to do it with a little bit more oomph, so to speak, and they connect their mind to their body and they're getting the concept of Pilates. My last one are my tips. So my tips are, if you're just doing your mat workout, you're not going to get the results as fast as you would if you're using the whole studio apparatus. So if you happen to take classes on just the reformer only, you're losing out on all the other goodness that's in the studio. So for like private lessons, do yourself a favor and take a couple of them. That way you can learn about the whole system. So the Pilates apparatus is made up of the high ladder barrel, which I'm sitting right behind, the Cadillac, also called the trap table, the reformer, and there's also a tower unit that you can put on your wall. A lot of people find them very useful at home. I don't have one, nor do I have a picture to show you of that one as I did the others. Then we have our high-low chair, also called the electric chair. And that is great for strengthening your legs. It's pretending like you're doing a lunge called going up front. That's a great exercise I give clients all the time. And then the little accessories that are often forgot about, like the foot corrector, the toe corrector, the magic circle, the small ball. Those are all little things that you can get for your home studio. That way you can continue practicing outside of your studio or your teacher or class schedule time. So I want to break that myth that I get calls all the time and people ask me, hey, do you teach reformer Pilates? No, I don't. I teach it as the system as Joseph Pilates designed it. So my classes, which I do, are usually duets made up of 2 people or trios made up of 3 people with similar goals, or there's also semi-privates that have 2 to 3 people in them. And you're all working on the same goal, you're all progressing the same. You're understanding the system, and whether it's a duet, a trio, or a semi-private, you're all working on the whole studio. You're working on the chair, the barrels, the small barrels, so to speak. You're working on everything as a whole, because if you don't use the whole system, your body is not going to progress. You can get great deal of progress with mat work, but you can even open up more doors by using all of the apparatus that we have here in a Pilates studio. Now, I happen to be classical. I use Peak Pilates equipment, and I'm Peak Pilates comprehensively certified. I love to get questions from you guys. If you're having any trouble with exercises, hey, send me a video. I'd be glad to answer that for you. So that way you're not stuck on like one particular thing. And then if you want to get a little bit better and you have some equipment at home, maybe you have a reformer or a tower, or you have a chair, we offer classes for those. And then every Monday night, we offer a low back pain Pilates class. So if you're suffering with sciatica or scoliosis, or maybe you just have some general leg pain, we can work around that. Especially there's a lot of our population now that has osteoporosis and penia that can't do forward flexions, rounding your spine. You have to stay nice and tall. That class will definitely help you and give you some modifications that you can work on for your body so you don't get hurt. So the one piece of equipment that I would recommend probably would be a wall unit, because every home has a wall. and it mounts very easily to the wall. I'll leave the link in the description box below of the one that I recommend. You just mount it to your stud wall, and that gives you access to a roll down bar. I'm sorry, I was like jumbled up my words. A roll down bar, a set of arm springs, and a set of leg springs. That way you're able to do some of the tower work at home and challenge yourself with the resistance in the spring versus just gravity when you're working on the mat. You don't have that added resistance. So I hope you found all of those tips helpful. If you're somebody that's just a beginner and you have some questions, hey, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And then if you're a teacher, we'd also love to hear from you as well. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.